Here we go then, boys and girls. It is the end of our first season in the Super League, and I have decided we're getting into Europe. I've even got my Getting Into Europe hat on to celebrate. Right, if you're not fully up to date with what's going on in the save, this is the situation. 9 games to go. We are still in a European qualification spot. The egg sharers are hot on our tails, and then there's some other teams that apparently people have heard of down here, but we're not worrying about those teams. We're worrying about these teams up here. We're only 6 points outside of Champions League qualification. We're going for it. We are going to go and beat Besiktas, and we're heading for the Champions League. That's the plan. Come along then. I know she knows. Do I have Denmark loaded? I don't think so. Surprised you got backlash for joining Preston last year. People were furious that I went to Preston. Not necessarily because of me, but because of the fact it was such a huge jump that wasn't really deserved. I went back and watched the first episode of Preston this morning to get myself in the mood to record the next episode. And I was mid-table in the National League when I went to Preston, apparently, according to that video. So I'd done one promotion, was struggling in the following year, still in non-league, and got plucked out of nowhere by a championship team. So I think it was less people were frustrated at the decision I'd made and more frustrated that the game had offered me such a ridiculous thing and shortcut what should have been 5 or 6 seasons of the save. Rivals haven't been deep in non-league for a while now. Yeah, so were Burton until 15 years ago. They were non-league teams together for generations. We haven't beaten Besiktas, boys and girls. This does make it a little bit harder for us to make it into the Champions League, which is our new unrealistic goal. Oh, a football goal. An own goal, indeed. How did the Snowdome staff take it? I've got to work out my notice. That's why it's handy that they're so nearby. Right, that wasn't ideal. We are still hanging on to a Conference League spot, though, which is nice. Will I sign Dele Alli? He's not come up on my scout report, so I can't yet. I don't hate Spurs. I don't hate any football team. It's like hating Monopoly. it's football teams are so entirely harmless. I don't feel hate for any of them because it doesn't matter that much. I have teams I like more than others. That's why it's sustainable. It just puts some of the more traditional teams' noses out of joint. Oh, why are we losing? Again! We can do brand rivalry in the way that MK Dons consider posh rivals. You can consider me your rival, and I'll barely acknowledge you exist. That seems like a fair way to do a rivalry. Come back to me when you've got 100,000 subscribers, then we'll do a rivalry. But I don't know what you know about. I assume he streamed today and told you some part of what he sent, maybe? He wrote it out loud. I suggest you could have a rotating 4th chair. Interesting. Well, all I can say is in response to the message that some of you apparently know was sent, there were 2 yeses in reply. One of which was from me. Da, 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 da. We just scored a goal, by the way, against the egg sharers. Why are there so many bald people on my TV screen at the same time? Maybe we should just get an AI to replace Jack. There must be a way to do a work the space AI at this point that could just replace Jack in the network game. We just need to make sure it says attributes wrong, pronounces everything the American way where possible, and makes terrible Football Manager decisions. Oh well. As long as the egg sharers don't get into Europe in our stead, I guess it's okay. We now need someone to catch them. They've just got more money than us. That's my excuse. Surely you get some money for next season with a good finish. I mean, a good finish just doesn't just guarantee money comes through the door, though. Without European qualification or expensive player sales, I don't see where money comes from at this club. We'll see what budget we get. If we get a poor budget this summer, we might be entering the dreaded taking them as far as I can territory. And we might start having a little look around. Right, I don't know if I want a 3-year contract. Having just said we might be reaching the point where we've taken them as far as we can, I might not sign this. So is there a way to force them to give me a qualification? No. Yeah, I'm not going to accept that. We'll leave that for now. I've still got over a year left on my current contract. We don't need to rush into anything. Oh, are you kidding, Mr. Camera? Am I going to have to set the old one back up again? We might actually have to let this cool down for a minute. Oh, camera, camera, camera. Why are you a swine? Are you plugged in, Mr. Other Camera? Hello. It's a little bit over to the side. This is the camera we used to use. So this is actually a better camera. The angle's a bit off. But, oh God, what have I done there? Let's try and bring it around this way a little bit. Has my main camera melted? It might have done. We'll just leave that off and go with this one, I guess. There we go. That works. I can live with that for this evening. It's actually a better quality camera, a better image. This is the one that I can't disassemble completely because the bracket is melted onto the bottom of it. This is the $3,000 camera compared to the $1,000 camera I've been using. But if we don't count recovering from surgery or just generally being sick, probably about 2005. But bearing in mind, I made my hobby my job. So if I'm at home, I don't want to be not allowed to play Football Manager. Which is weird because white bread wasn't a problem before the surgery. That became a problem after the surgery. So in 2 weeks' time, we're having a week in a cabin in the woods with a nice hot tub, nice wood burner, nice heated floors. I'll take my Steam Deck, I'll take my Switch, we'll take the PlayStation in the big PlayStation cabinet thing. We'll just take a bunch of board games, a bunch of comic books, and a bunch of video games, leave work stuff at home and just go and be there and not work. If I'm at home, I'm going to work. Right, Ishmael is out for the rest of the season, which means the forever captain is going to start the last 3 games if he stays fit. Right, we've got 3 games left. The egg sharers are away against Fenerbahce. The only problem is Fenerbahce already champions, and the AI is pretty good in FM24 at rotating once stuff is done. So I imagine that'll be a rotated Fenerbahce team, which is infuriating. But fingers crossed they do us a favour here, beat the egg sharers and put us in control. No, they rotated and lost. Brilliant. Thanks, Fenerbahce, you scum. What have you done there, you idiots? That was our opportunity. Sky have realised how much fun this midweek showing all the games thing is, and they've bought that package as well. So I think next season's the last season of Amazon doing this a couple of times a year, isn't it? Which is a bit of a shame, because I do quite like this Amazon coverage. It's bonkers that Amazon have been outbid for something, really. Yeah, I think I read that every single match that's not a Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff is going to be broadcast either on Sky or TNT between the two of them. So it's literally only the 3 p.m. blackout stuff that we're not going to be able to watch. Every other match ever will be broadcast live. There'll be about 2 games at 3 p.m. on a Saturday. Yeah, and they're the ones that they won't be able to show. The 8 games at once thing that Amazon are doing this week, Sky are going to be doing that. They've bought that package. So this showing all the games at the same time thing isn't going away. It's just moving to Sky. So this will still happen 2 or 3 times a season. It'll just be on Sky instead. Right. I'm not even looking at who the other teams are playing. We're just going to keep winning our matches. I'm impressed how quickly Ishmael's got fit again. I guess that long gap between matches has saved us there. And it's not even a billing address with Peacock. It's just a correspondence address. TalkSport is just like Twitter on steroids. It's just reaction farming. I work for TalkSport. Then can you try some legitimate journalism rather than reaction farming, please and thank you? I don't want to phone your premium rate phone number to be angry at you. TalkSport is literally just try and say something as controversial as possible to make people angry so they phone in. Right, I think that was us blowing Europe, unless the egg sharers also drew. Oh, hold on. The egg sharers lost. We've gone above the egg sharers with 1 game to go. It's still happening. We've got 1 game. If we win our last game, we're in Europe. Can you qualify for Europa League or would it be Conference League qualifiers? We can finish anywhere up to 3rd, I think. Yeah. We could still finish 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th. So 3rd is straight into the Europa League phase. 4th is Europa League, I guess, qualifiers. And 5th is Conference League qualifiers. So we'll see, I guess. The cup would get a place, but we've already had the message coming through saying that place goes to the league. So I guess the cup has either already been decided or the finalists, yeah, Galatasaray versus Fenerbahce. So they're the 2 Champions League clubs. So the cup place is irrelevant. So top 5 are definitely in Europe. We just need to win and we're in Europe of some flavour. If we win and other results go our way, we could be straight into Europa League group stage. Or we could still crash out of the whole thing. Please do a football, gentlemen. Oh, someone's just said goal of Arsenal scoring from this corner that's about to be taken on my stream. Or Luton are taking a corner. Does that mean they're scoring? That's hideous. Oh dear, Luton have done a football. Goodness me. I saw you're that far ahead. I got to see that one as it happened. Goodness me. More importantly, we've scored. 3rd are playing 6th, are they? Does that mean we're guaranteed to be in? There's probably a version where we don't get in somehow still. Burak! Come on, 10 goals from midfield for him now. Come on! Bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Come on, everybody. It's the bumming song. Let's all bum together. Bum. Oh, God. I messed up my bumming. I got too excited and lost my rhythm and ruined the bumming for everybody. We're in Europe, everybody. Come on! A football has been done. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. This is why the network game needs to come back. Ben will love this. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, hello. This isn't ideal. We're letting them back in. There's your confirmation of the league table. Poor old Göztepe relegated so we could get into Europe. What a thing. Europa League as well. I'm not sure what stage of Europa League, but we are in Europe. What a time to be alive. Let's have a little look then. There's your confirmation. Right, here come the budgets. Have we got budget predictions, boys and girls? While I just fiddle with the squad planner, get your budget predictions in. I think at the moment we have 0 transfer budget and about 60,000 a week wage budget. I suspect we'll get no transfer budget. It'd be nice to think we could get up to maybe 100,000 on wage budget. That would be nice. Will they take us being in Europe into account, I wonder? It's going to be less than we're on now, isn't it? This really dictates whether or not we stick around. It's exactly the same as what it was now. We've got £1,500 a week spare based on what we're currently spending. Oh dear. The Europa League won't know what's hit it. I don't really want to leave. And there's nothing interesting available. What we should try and negotiate, I was going to say, is some retained transfer revenue. Our transfer revenue retained is 0%. Sorry, let me stare blankly into the right camera. 0% retained transfer revenue. Yes, I'm very cross. Anna's here. Anna just burst in. Do you have to shout? Yeah, yes. In these circumstances, very much so. I have to shout. We're off. Where are we going on our... Oh, we don't... Oh, training camp destination. We've got the choice of Istanbul or Ankara. We can't even afford a proper training camp. We're going to do a training camp in Ankara, I think. We'll see what it's like there. Oh my word. We're certainly not going to a lower league. We're going to a top flight somewhere. I'm a Europa League manager. I'm not going to go and manage in a lower division. Who's insecure? You, Topher. Every time we talk about you, you get all defensive. Oh, teams. I'm not so sure. I don't know. I haven't got a clue. Herenveen would be interesting. No, they've been relegated, so it's not. I'm not going to a lower league. Should we go to Bruges? It's my favourite city in the world, Bruges. Anderlecht would be interesting. Is he a new... That man looks like a new gen. I've never seen a human look so much like a new gen face. I genuinely couldn't tell for a minute there. That's remarkable. Look at him on that screen. He is the reason new gens look the way they do. They're all based on him. See, that's a huge problem, how much Katongo wants there. We just can't pay that kind of money. I'm going to have to stall that. And we're going to have to sell him. Because that's double what anyone else is earning. We just can't afford to pay it. So we're going to have to sell Katongo, but we won't get to reinvest any of the money. Well, that's you up for sale then, I'm afraid, sir. Hull are interested in him. That's him gone. Hopefully, if we can sell him, we can convince the board to give us some actual retained revenue for the next few that we sell, maybe. So they're not even offering me a sensibly structured thing. This is like me trying to buy him. It's hideous. We're going to have to accept it because we need the money and he's not going to sign a contract. Right, Kilmarnock, I think, have been relegated. So that's not interesting anymore. We're not doing the Scottish second tier. I'm not interested in clubs that have been relegated. We're going to a top flight team or we're staying here. I'll run my contract down. I won't sign another contract here. I don't mind leaving next summer if my contract runs down. What's my star rating? 3 stars. I've got 20 out of 20 for discipline. Right, Katongo's gone. Very sad. At least we get to pay Man City some money. That's handy. I got 2.2 million. I didn't get 2.2 million for my budget because we were on 0 transfer revenue retained. Unbelievably, it didn't even clear the overdraft. Right, let's wait for the money to come in. Oh, Poku might leave as well. Lovely. See how much Poku wants for his salary. When's he out of contract? He's got 2 years left, but has a tiny sell on. I imagine he probably wants, far too much money. Oh, it's so heartbreaking. You're not having that. The whole reason is to remove that. No. Oh, no. Very sad. Once we get to the Katongo money coming in, we'll see if we can squeeze some more retained transfer revenue out of the board. Right, there's Katongo being given a big pile of cash. Yeah, I'm disappointed as well. Who the hell is he? No, he's not ready to replace him. It wasn't my decision to let him leave. 156.5 million, eh? Nice. Right, can we please have some more retained transfer revenue? Please and thank you. 15% is the highest it's been since we've been here. Oh, there you go. They've rejected it. Come on, you idiots. I could do with more freedom in the transfer market. The current transfer market took a great deal of consideration. Did it? The main aim being financial stability. But I need to be able to replace the players that we sell. Vital to our long-term position. If stability comes at the cost of a position or two in the league, that's a risk we're willing to take. Well, I hope that's reflected in what you're expecting of me then. You just basically told me you don't care. Oh, and now you're coming with a new contract. Well, believe it or not, no. Balls to you, fatty. Goodness me. Shave off that ridiculous moustache and then come to me again. Get out. Oh, God, we're registering. We've got to do the first qualifying round. I would have rather finished 5th because then we were in the 3rd qualifying round of the Conference League. We've got to qualify right from the depths of the first qualifying round. Goodness me. Oh, my word. Where have all these jobs come from? Why has the whole of Wales and the whole of Portugal suddenly got vacancies? Oh, we let him leave. I didn't even know we'd done that. Stop trying to offer money for players. A lot of these players seem to be turning us down, which is not ideal. You need a keeper to make saves. That's what wins you the title. I mean, Man City literally play a centre-back in goal. And it doesn't seem to have done them any harm. Right, let's see who we can bring in to try and improve the team. Marcel Ratnik to replace Katongo. Easy decision. Has he got any Turkish in him? No. Yes, you can treat us as a stepping stone. Everyone else does. We can't pay you that kind of money, you buffoon. And we're not giving you that either. I suspect we're not getting this guy. Oh, are you kidding? They all want crazy money. No, it's done. I might be resigning. I don't think there's any way to put a decent team together. See, I'd love to sign him. We might actually be able to, but he's going to be our highest paid player. We might not even be able to get him. No, you're not having that. Should we get a 32-year-old Chuba Akpom? Maybe we're going to go to Belgium. What can I do to... I'm not just going to resign for no reason. I need to engineer an argument with the board. Next season's transfer budget. And maybe a new contract. And better training facilities. We'll find something to argue about. Oh, have we brought some more players in on trial here? Did I not see them before? I might have got... They're just agreeing to my demands now. Stop agreeing to my demands. I'm looking for an argument. Joaquin... He's already here. He's the one we've already got. I know him, honest. Argue with me about something. I need to engineer an argument. Right, here we go. We can argue. They're not going to upgrade my budget. Right, here we go. I would like the budget increased. We're not... Let me give you an ultimatum. That concludes the meeting. In future, please not waste our time. Let me give you an ultimatum. Let me leak it to the media. Let me do something. Why won't you have an argument with me? Oh, they know what I'm trying to do. Right, we'll have more coaching budget then, please. And I want... What do I want? I want a senior affiliate. Give me a senior affiliate. If you don't grant this request, I'm not certain I'll be able to carry on in my job. Clearly, the decision is close to your heart. No! Don't give me the senior affiliate! Fire me! Right, let's try something else. Let's see what we can push for here. I want... What do I want? I want to increase my set-piece coach's wages. That's actually a really good signing. If we could stumble across a decent defender, I might end up staying yet. I can't do any more board requests. They're not even answering the phone now. They're wise to my antics. They know what I'm trying to do. I swear they know. They must be watching the stream. Right, come on. I'm just leaving my director of football to do the transfers at this point. There's no way I can do any. They all want too much money out of me. Because at the moment, this is our defence. Gordon Bennett. Oh, no. We've got two centre-backs. One of them plays left-back for us. And the only right-back is the other centre-back. So actually, that's over-exaggerating how many defenders we've got. We have 3 defenders in our squad. Oh, didn't we have an argument about this and you caved? So what you were actually doing, Fatty, was just appeasing me to get me out of your office? And then you've offered me no one and I have no recourse. What on earth? Right, we're signing a backup goalkeeper. That'll solve the problem. A defender! Hey! There you go, look. We're starting to make some progress. 6'4", and you can't teach that. He was playing for Sunderland in the Championship last season. Too late for him to play in the European game, though. Right, there you go. We have an 11, sort of. Very much sort of an 11. 5 years after I turned up in Turkey, not speaking a word of the language, no qualifications, no experience, never played a game of football, never mind managed. Here I am on the grandest stage of them all. Still don't speak any Turkish. But we're about to go 1-0 up against Dynamo Kiev. I see. We're about to go 1-0 up against Dynamo Kiev. Oh, my God. Louis Barry, you naughty, naughty boy. Oh, my word. That's how you get your first goal in Europe in the save. Wowzers. Ismail's one of our own, by the way. Bobby Clark on his debut. Boom. Come on, then. Europe, easy. Come and get me, big European clubs. In the morning. 3-0. Boom. Come on, then. Look at us go. 20 minutes in, 3-0 up, away from home in Europe. Maybe the Turkish league is quite good after all, boys and girls, and this is why I'm not going to go and manage Porto's B team. No wonder there's a photo sensitivity warning on the game now. Yeah, I mean, that is a good point. I did all this, we can't replicate it. I did notice this year, for the first time, they have a photo sensitivity warning on the game. For all we can't replicate it. Still 4 minutes left in the Arsenal game. Plenty of time for a 96-minute Champions-elect winner. It's the sort of thing champions do in games like this. Have an off night, still score a last-minute winner. Bobby Clark's just scored another worldie. This seems like madness. 8:15. Why did it start at 8:15? Six 6-0 away from home in Europe. That's how you do it, boys and girls. Right, when is our next game? We're probably not going to play that tonight. We'll get up until just before that and then end the stream because there's 30 seconds left in the football. Oh, there it is. That, boys and girls, is champions. That is how you do it. 96.5 minutes. Football. Beautiful stuff. You know, when Spurs fans sometimes wonder what is meant when someone describes something as Spursy. It's the opposite of that. Right, we don't need midfielders. We need defenders. Stop trying to sign midfield players. Right, boys and girls. Football's stressful, isn't it? Goodness me. We are obviously going to pick up from this point tomorrow. We might go to Aberystwyth. We probably won't. We are still officially looking for a job. But in the meantime, we're just going to keep thrashing teams in Europe and trying to win the Turkish Super League because apparently you don't need defenders because defending is for cowards. Let's go and find somebody to raid. I need to go and have a lie down.